Turning to the broken economy, it's issue number one in the midterm elections. So can the economy be fixed? Well, joining us this morning is JPMorgan's chief U.S. economist and Bloomberg best on the overall economy, Michael Feroli. And prior to joining JPMorgan, Feroli was an economist for the Federal Reserve Board. Michael, great to have you with us. And it's a large question, I know, that cannot be answered in just a few minutes. But let me just take this week, okay? We had, starting off on Monday, all of this reaction to these higher capital ratios required by the Basel Committee. Then you ended this week with the appointment of Elizabeth Warren to at least be the advisor to starting this Consumer Protection Bureau. So you wonder, these moves just alone themselves, do they go towards some way to fixing this system in the economy?
Well, at the least, they go some way toward resolving some of the uncertainty regarding the regulatory environment. And I think the more we move toward resolving that uncertainty, the better it is for the economy.
Okay, so what are the things missing? What are the key things missing right now before we head to elections?
What are the key things missing?
Missing in reforming the economy. What is it? What are the steps that we need to do as we head into the midterm elections? Is it going to be the... Go ahead.
I don't think there are any easy answers for getting this economy growing. What we really want is job growth, and I don't think there are any silver bullets from policymakers that can get that happening as quickly as we'd like.
Okay. What about to the Fed?
Well, you know, the Fed does have some tools left. They're not the most effective tools, but they probably will help stimulate the economy. And so I would expect at some point, sometime this year, to see the Fed expand their balance sheet once again in order to provide more stimulus to the economy.
Okay, so more QE too.
Yep.
Basically, essentially, more easing is what you're looking for sometime by the end of this year. Moving over, though, what about what the White House can do? We've been talking a lot about extending these Bush tax cuts. You yourself believe that they will be extended, right?
I think it's more likely than not that they will get extended, and that's probably the best thing for the economy. I think it's probably unwise to raise taxes in the middle of not a recession, but certainly a very slow growth period. So, we're going to need fiscal consolidation at some point, but right now is probably not the right point.
Okay, and does it make a difference whether you extend it just for the middle class or you extend it all across the board?
Well, the less you extend it, the more you're going to restrain growth. So I think it'd probably be the safest thing just to extend them across the board.
Okay. Where are you in the camp then of extending them vis-a-vis the budget deficit? Are you as concerned about how this impacts the deficit or not? Or should the economists here just not be that, should it be more about stimulus and less about the deficit?
I think in the near term you got to be more concerned about stimulus. You probably do want to start thinking long term about what we can do in terms of real structural reforms to the tax code and to spending,
right?
That can get us back onto a path toward sustainability in the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay. All right, Michael, we'll leave it there, but appreciate you joining us. Michael Feroli, our Bloomberg best economist there from JPMorgan.